the almond.
Let's
lemon
try it
don't have
now.
very much sugar in them.
Because it did click the microphone off at start.
Coffee
There you go.
is back there, help yourself.
Okay, thanks a lot, YouTube and Google, once again, for selecting improper defaults.
And thanks, chat, for telling us.
Yes.
These guys all drink black
Which could have been
coffee.
up
I
for
gotta
the
have
last
my.
40 minutes.
Oh, I'm sure it was off since the minute we started streaming.
Yeah.
Because chances are, the YouTube app selected it to bring it live with the microphone muted.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, sorry guys, we didn't realize.
We'll have to go back and caption.
What do we miss? Ken's here. Played a game.
Ken's here.
Yeah, we're working on TI Writer and the Tippy, so please give us a moment.
Yeah, right now we just set up a hotspot, so we're trying to send the file over.
Yeah, so I've got the file on the Tippy. I just have to figure out how to actually mount. Okay.
Which one is that, John?
Okay, so disc one, I think, should have TI Writer mounted on it now.
Is that one of these 3D things?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got one too, that you have to go to the internet and have all these
what
things
should
that
I
you
do,
can set in there.
Reset.
The one on the
So,
Notre Dame
TI Writer.
Cathedral,
Yep,
I had to hold onto the wall. It is, you're floating through the thing.
Oh, I've got
And I
some
don't do
stuff.
heights, and they get way up there, and I just hold on.
I've got one on here where you're sitting in this room and an elevator opens up. You
Oh,
walk
yeah.
into the elevator.
so Hal,
take
do you
the
want to give us some
elevator up.
advice here?
Yeah, we're ready to.
What are we doing?
So he just started TI Writer and he put it in edit mode, and this is now what we're getting.
Oh, well, if you want to type, first of all, you set the tabs. And
Wait, these are all caps.
I would think, and you've got, in Windows, you've got 40 lines, and in Windows, to give you, I think it's 55. So, it's been a little while since I've,
No, I think you gotta go into edit mode. I think the double 01 is the first line.
Oh,
So I think right there you gotta somehow go into edit mode.
Is that
Yeah.
just the header?
Do you just type edit and hit return? I don't know. I've never used TI Writer.
yeah,
Here, look at directions.
Yep.
Well, I'm sure it's a command-based line editor
I'll keep an eye on the chat.
with
Tell us.
some limited screen editing capability.
Get the
yeah,
quick reference card.
so.
Okay, could that be where the file name
You can go
goes?
down one line.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It says type E for edit and then press enter.
There you go.
There we go.
Now, if you wanna set, tabs or anything like that,
I like the little carriage return symbol,
Yeah.
Dear hell.
Why is it all caps?
because he's got his
I was
alpha
writing
lock in.
this.
Oh, I know.
Either that or there's probably a mode
It's probably
change.
big
There's
letters,
probably
little
a
letters.
command to change.
Yeah,
The caps lock don't work there?
Or the other issue is it may actually be lowercase, but if you remember, the default font in the TI
and
console
there you can
is
see the
lowercase is
windowing.
a smaller version of the
So that
uppercase
you're
characters.
going to the other side. Now, you have to keep track,
Yeah, look.
if you're
Yep.
windowing and you want to have.
Look
a
at the end of
particular
file version.
format,
The
you
tinier
have to kind of
is
keep track of where you
lowercase.
are. Now, there
So
is
It does support upper and lower.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
there is in one of the
Look
versions.
at the bottom line where it says end of file. The E on the end is twice the
Yeah.
size of the
Yeah,
other.
because
but
the
they're-
default
but
font
they all
on the
look like
console
cap
is,
letters. This-
you know,
this
There you
style.
go.
Large caps and small caps.
Yeah.
Oh, I see how this works.
It's,
Okay.
good point.
yeah. Things we overlook.
Dear hell, I'm
Give
writing
them all
this to let
directly.
you know that I'm going to resign. The
Invite you.
pay is just not too much.
I forgot how it came up, but.
Should really write a letter.
And I don't like the beer.
There's an awful lot of stuff. If you want to, uh, there are things you can embed in there that you have to have special characters for.
I mean, it's still using it, so
Yeah,
it's
but you start with a period.
They're probably the biggest.
I think it was if I recall correctly, I haven't used this particular version. I've been
Like
using.
Dave, it says if you do period and capital B, capital P, for boy Paul, that's begin page. That'll start a new page.
Oh,
Period, B,
Right.
capital B, capital P.
So period probably precedes a command.
Yeah. Focuses a page break, the printer begins subsequent text on a new
It
page.
did not do
Yeah,
that.
now these are printer characters, these are all, anything with a dot
It's a
character
macro expansion.
is a non-printable character that talks to the printer. So that you can put italics in, you can do all kinds of different things. If you have the proper characters
have an ass.
before what you're writing. So it is something that you have to study the manual and you have to look through it. And the cheat cards here, the cheat
Yeah,
sheet.
like period LM for left margin, period LM space, and then
Yeah.
a number, that sets the left margin, and
You could do
if
that
you had
with-
to guess what the right margin would be, it would be period RM.
So if you don't put a space after the period, it thinks it's a command.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So how do
And-
I see
and,
what I typed? Is there like
Preview mode.
Printer, what printer did you bring? Anybody got a Star Gemini, or?
Well, your internet
Actually, I do,
connected,
yeah.
your internet connected, can't you connect to an LPD or a IPD printer?
Ken, did you bring a printer?
Yeah, we could.
You got a dot matrix on you somewhere in the trunk?
I've got a bunch of them at home.
I've
I
got
don't have a
one.
dot matrix, period.
If you wanna do this again next month, I'll bring a.
You know what's amazing is
Star
that
Gemini,
back in the day,
a
to get a printer was like the ultimate goal.
Can you,
Everybody
do you
wanted a
have, do you have
printer.
actual?
The kid- You ask me,
on this?
what do I
Can
need
you
a
move up
printer
a
for?
line or move
What do
up
you don't have a
down in
printer?
in-
Honest to God, like, you
Can
got a
you
computer?
change it?
Oh, yeah, we
Let's
use
see
the whole
what
thing. Well, what do
happens.
you print on? I don't print. What do you get a print for?
Yeah, I'm like those
Our
kids
goal-
that-
Well,
You're like-
my theory, you know, the kids today, they learn to learn from the screen. We learn to read from paper.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta print it out and read it to learn it.
You know, kids today are not being taught cursive.
Oh,
No.
25 years from now.
They
won't
have
be able to
restarted
read-
that in
There
some
won't be
schools.
anybody
Right.
around that knows how to read cursive.
Oh,
After
look,
hundreds
I went
of
back to
years,
this.
Oh,
hundreds
you're
of
back, you're
years.
like, what did you
people
type to
writing
get
letters.
back
I
out?
did
The
function
next generation won't know how to read
plus.
them.
It's,
Hey, hell,
It's like
most of
Is that
hieroglyphics.
back?
it's
Yeah.
close to them.
Constitution.
Most of the Chicago kids can't read,
So you're back
period.
in command.
Yeah,
mode.
that's true.
Hell,
You can write it out.
Main menu.
a lot of schools
Around the
have,
kids, they don't know what it says.
during
There'll
the
be like a
pandemic,
secret
started
code.
to
Yeah.
teach cursive again.
Yeah, they, oh, that's
Because
good.
a lot of studies demonstrate that these kids who learn cursive writing
Oh, look,
are,
show.
have better cognitive abilities.
So like, oh.
But the Navy,
Well, it
for a
makes
number
sense,
of
'cause you
years,
have to
did not teach
incorporate
how to
the-
use a sextant until they said, oh, we've got Loran, we've got GPS, we've got all this. And then they discovered that the Chinese and the Russians can jam that stuff. And so now they're teaching how to use the sextant again, so that if you're out on an aircraft
what's
carrier
on
in
next?
the ocean,
Oh,
you know
we're
where
done
the
with
hell
the-
you are, even
that
if,
game.
you know, the satellites go down.
Or
Yeah.
like one of the islanders, usually Polynesian
But
islanders,
now we have a
who
Hal's
just
up
looked up
next.
at the
While you take a
stars and
break.
knew where they
Okay,
were.
but I still
Well,
have
they
that
looked at
game
the stars,
too.
but they
We got
also
two
did
demos.
The wave
Oh,
patterns.
one demo, two, we
Because
can-
around
or
an
you doing that
island,
together?
the wave patterns change.
Sure.
And
Oh,
if
so you wanna do
you've
this
ever been
sometime?
No, it's a
sailing
wave.
in the Pacific and you see clouds in the air, you know that there's an island there because it's perfectly blue sky, and then there'll be clouds, and the clouds only form over the islands.
Think of how many generations it took to accumulate that kind of
Are
knowledge.
you two done?
They basically just went out and got lost and found themselves
Yeah.
Hey,
again.
Hal, you're up.
I'm up. Oh.
This
boy.
is now Hal's story
Well, I
time.
thought it was a story.
Wow.
It's Hal's story time. We got a guest too.
What would you guys like to, well, we'll talk about Triton. We'll talk about getting kicked out of Triton when the school flooded.
Who flooded
Remember,
the school?
Ken, when the school flooded and
Well,
the,
somebody introduced Ken because we
Okay.
had no volume.
Oh, yeah.
all right.
And
Who is
flooded
this
with-
man?
And by the way, flooded with what?
We're joined today by Ken Zawinski. Am I pronouncing that
Yes.
correctly? Okay.
Is he an original 6? Original 12?
No, I don't know. It was a small group when I came into it. I think one of the first meetings I went to was at, I can't think of his name.
Guy's house.
It was at a house just off of 53, I think.
Jerry Strauss?
Yes,
Jerry Strauss and Sam Pincus.
Sam.
were the ones, and I think Sam just passed away.
Did he?
Yeah.
And Grant Schmalgemeyer might have been there, Grant just passed.
Grant-
Well,
Grant was
Grant passed away
everywhere.
a number of years ago, but he's buried just down the road here in Memorial Park.
I tend to
And,
think Grant is always with us.
Well, we are here today as a result of Grant. Grant was the one that suggested that we come here to hold the meetings when We had to leave Triton, if you remember, when it flooded, and the building basically broke in half, and.
Well, go back a little
No,
bit.
but it doesn't
How did
happen
we
in
get
buildings.
it, how did we get into Triton? Most people don't know.
Well,
Ken,
The TI user group was meeting at a TI
Lisa
office,
specifically made one.
I believe it was in the merchandise mart.
Splashable.
Yes, those were
Before
different,
me.
those were specific.
And
Yeah, I was wondering.
I learned of it through
Will,
Electech.
you can.
You can't.
Everybody went to
I think
Electech.
that's
So
where I
you
bought
have
my
to have
first.
it smaller.
my
Is that
first
where
TI
Carol
computer.
Goldstein worked? Electech?
Pardon?
The Carol
Yeah,
Gold.
that's-
I think she worked at a bookstore. You
Oh,
Electech?
were you-
No, that was Carol Goldstein.
You worked at Electech?
No, Carol
No, I think
Goldstein.
he met her at Electech.
I met her at the place where she worked in Niles, just north of Gulf Road, right on Gulf Road, in that shopping center there,
No.
in Milwaukee and Gulf.
You know, was it like,
And I
Golf-
think,
golf mill?
yeah, I think there was a swap, place where you
Hey,
take
guys.
your console,
Yeah.
off Gulf Road and where Higgins Road came in, or was it Higgins or 72? There was a place you could take if your console didn't work, you just took it and you swapped it for another one out there, was a TI store. That might have been where they were meeting at one point.
No, it was downtown.
It was downtown.
Merchandise market, you said?
Because I believe it was the merchandise part. But I learned of it, the TI group at Electech, and I decided, okay, I'm gonna go to the meeting. I was driving down the Kennedy Expressway, and I had an older car then, and something, it sounded like it fell out. Drifted off the expressway, down the ramp, and into a parking lot.
Expansion box?
Hubcap? Hubcap?
And it was the cross member under the transmission, one end of it.
Is that important?
It can be.
Only if you're driving, yeah.
Sorry,
So,
Ken, go ahead.
I forget, I don't know, somehow I must have called my wife or something, she came pick me up, and I went home, got some tools, and I kind of jury-rigged it and got the car. I never got to the meeting.
Mm.
And then turns out that was their last meeting there.
Oh,
So I was really disappointed. I thought, now what's gonna happen? So, somehow I contacted somebody and they said, well, we're looking for a place. So, I was the Associate Director of Information Systems.
Was that important?
And that was a pretty good position.
It sounds like it. I mean, the more words, the more important.
We designed and wrote all the software that ran the college. Anyway, they were looking for a place. So I just happened to go out, we would go out drinking in the evenings sometimes with other workers. And I was with the guy who was responsible for the room reservations in that college center building. And I bought him a couple drinks and I asked him, do you think we could have a meeting room? And he said, oh, yeah, we could. So,
Couple guys, yeah.
I probably shouldn't be saying all this if it's being recorded.
I'm sure the
Statute of limitations is over.
Yeah. We both said the same thing.
So anyway, yeah, so I think, we did start, I believe, in the Willow Room, and we were outgrowing that. And so then we got the Fireside Lounge. And then I knew the AV guy really well, so I would get TVs on carts all through the room, and ran cables to all the TVs and all to one computer. I forget what you call the interface.
Repeaters, yeah.
No, the box that you hooked up to the TV to hook up to the computer to hook up to the TV.
Oh, yeah, the.
Oh, modulator?
Modulator.
Modulator.
Yeah. I think we had an amplifier to drive all the TVs. But, so then, they would deliver all the TVs there every month and it turned out to be a really good thing for us.
And there were,
And the group really grew.
there were 300 people in the Fireside Lounge the first time I got there. And then we had the breakout rooms as well for the SIGs, the special interest groups on the side, and you arranged all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we had vendors in those days. Remember all the vendors along the edge of the room there? We had 15 vendors when we walked in. And I was amazed because that was all after TI pulled the plug.
Well, yeah, I mean, the first fair was right after TI decided, we're not gonna do this anymore. And we were like, oh, shit. do we still go ahead with
All
the fair?
because TI screwed Commodore on calculators.
No, it's the other way around.
Do we still
No,
go ahead with the
no,
Right,
fair?
but I'm, right, I
And
mean.
give us
on the
payback.
Right, right.
Or-
Payback for
or
the
just
calculator wars. I was
Cancel the
thinking we were
fair?
saying
All-
computers.
Everything is in motion, we got people coming from all over for this thing, so, no, we'll go ahead with it, whatever happens, happens, so. Little did we know that before we opened the doors, there was a crowd of people out there waiting to come in.
Into the parking lot, yeah.
We opened the doors, and these people swarmed in, and then, well, a friend of mine, owned a video store, and he started selling some TI modules and stuff. He brought everything he had on a rack, and they just came in like locusts, and they just, they just pulled everything off the rack.
It's like,
It
get
was
it now
empty.
or never get it again.
Yeah, so, they didn't care what it was, they just grabbed it and took it, and then, here, I'll buy it. And the
And
vendors,
top
the vendors were all
dollar,
wiped
too.
out.
Yeah, the stuff was expensive in those days, and by today's standards, some of those Parsec was $79 or $72, something like that. Like I said, the TI Writer was $175, which was a hell of a lot of money back in 1982.
Remember, they had a special for the expansion box, where like if you bought two cards or something for it, they'd give the expansion box for free.
I
that
think it
was
was the other way
later on.
around. I think if you bought the expansion box, they gave you some cards.
Something like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
first of all, I apologize, I didn't mean to make light of your title, I was just having fun with it.
Oh, no,
But what's interesting is I wonder, and don't take this, I'm not blowing smoke up your behind, but what would have happened if you did not secure Triton College for the group? Did you ever think of that?
I never thought about it.
We'd be meeting in the parking lot.
Well, no, I mean,
I know what would happen to the group.
without question, the size of the group was directly proportional to, we grew because we had the space and the monitors, because when I first went there, it was like after the first year, and I was like this, with all the monitors and stuff, I never saw anything so professional, and I am sure that, you and Triton College, significantly contributed to the size and the duration of the group,
Yep.
and I mean that sincerely.
Thank you.
No, I wasn't complimenting you, I was complimenting the college.
Oh, okay.
Ken, I'm just messing with you,
I
of
know,
course.
I know.
No, he's not. He's deadly serious. He's never done a joke like,
There's always a comedian in the group, right? Or thinks he is.
Yeah, but
Did you take any flack for some of the crap that we did? The size or the disruption we did? Did you have to you didn't get in trouble for us?
I did get comments, because people would wander into places where they shouldn't be, that we weren't, rooms that we weren't supposed to be using, and
That would be me.
I wasn't gonna say it, but yes.
Me and Danny Goldstein
Exploring.
Yeah.
Sitting in the president's office with a cigar in his mouth.
My president's office was in a different building, so.
well, we made
I was safe.
Burger King very wealthy because it was the only restaurant on site, and we must have contributed thousands of dollars every month on that Saturday. There was always the line. We learned right off the bat that if you wanted to eat anything, you got there early, you got in the line to get your Whopper before the line got again out the door. And but it was nice to have that restaurant. And when the building was closed after the flood, when there was a cracking of the foundation, they kicked everybody out of the building except for Burger King, because Burger King had a lease. So people could still walk into the building to buy the food, to order it, to buy the food, to pay for it, but then they had to take it out of the building to eat it, in case the building fell down.
Okay, now I know what you're talking about as far as that wasn't from a flood. Those buildings were built,
And gypsum.
on foundry sand.
Yeah.
They were backfilled with foundry sand. Foundry sand has iron filings in it, and the iron decomposed, and the floors were settling, walls were cracking. Only the first floor though, because the building was built on good solid pillars.
And it wasn't that old of a building.
No.
No.
So what they ended up doing to every building is they would just shut down the whole first floor, which then kind of limited access to the second floor.
That kind of puts a
A damper.
damper in it, yeah.
And then they would just knocked out all the walls, dug out all the floors, and, just got rid of all the foundry sand, and put all new backfill and concrete walls and then wiring it. And because, and one of our buildings, I got a call, some of the buildings across campus, there was a walkway across on the second floor, so they could still use those second floor.
Yeah.
There were offices up there, and somebody called me once, I said, my terminal isn't working. I said, oh, okay, so I went over the building, there was a building that they were working on, and I looked and I said, oh, yeah, there's one end of your wire, there's the other end. Got too much resistance in the wire.
Yeah, when we left there, that was a real problem. Where do we go from here? Because we got 700 members, 721 members. I became the president of the group right about that time, and we had a real difficulty finding a place to go. Now, Hank Ellerman got us. He was, I think, working at Triton at one point, and then he was working at the Brickyard Mall. And so we went, if I remember correctly, we went from Triton to the Brickyard Mall. But in those days, before the internet, before we had an answering machine. After the flood, we got an answering machine, a hotline, as it was called, so that people could call in and get some information. But not everybody knew about it because the newsletter didn't come out for a month. So when they told us we had to leave there, we then, Hank Ellerman arranged to get us into the Brickyard Mall, which was terrible. It's down in the basement. The world's
The community room.
slowest
Oh, yeah.
I
elevator.
remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it was terrible. And we tried to hold a board meeting and the regular meeting almost at the same time with no partition between all these people selling stuff and talking and trying to hold a meeting. Oh, God, it was awful. But a lot of people didn't know that we'd moved. So they came to the regular meeting place at Triton, and there was nothing there. And then the sign saying, no, you can't go in the building. And they went, huh? Where to go? And they thought, well, maybe we disbanded or something. So fortunately, they
Nobody thought to put a sign up or something?
No, nobody put a sign up as far as I know. As far as you didn't put a sign up. So who else would put a
I
sign up?
definitely would blame Ken.
Well, what happened was this hotline was utilized, but they didn't know about it. And there was a month or two there of a gap. And of course, we never met in the summertime, I remember. We never, and still to this day, we don't meet in July and August. So I can't remember exactly when the date was, but there was a time period in there when people didn't know where the hell to look for us. So we lost some membership at that point. Some people, and of course it was, people were used to going to Triton. So wherever you moved it, it was always gonna be further for some people to come, closer for other people to come, but if they didn't know about it, it wouldn't matter. So they didn't know, and we lost membership. Then people tried to get into the meetings at the Brickyard, and because the seating was so small, and the room itself was much, much smaller than the Fireside Lounge, not as many people could get in. They'd be standing around the walls and all, and that was uncomfortable for people, so they stopped coming. And then we left there, as David knows, he's been writing articles and doing filming about all the different places we've been meeting. We went out to Broadview, the Broadview American Legion, I think it was, and that was more difficult for a lot of people because of the Kennedy and the Hillside Strangler, whatever they call it. And getting to the place for us, for me personally, was really a pain in the ass.
He was waiting outside for people walking in.
And we were upstairs, and they had a bar downstairs, but it's not a drinking crowd. So they were a little disappointed with us that we weren't drinking. And again, people were coming there. The parking, as I recall, was not very good. And so we were parking on the side streets, a lot of the neighbors, you know, Chicago, dibs, and parking spaces, and like that. So we had to leave there, and from there we went down to the church on Wellington and Kedzie. And some people didn't want to go there. There was a car, as I mentioned in one of these meetings, there was a car outside parked next to the church, and each month something was gone from the car. So we started out with a perfectly good car, and then the tires were gone, and the steering wheel was gone pretty soon. Doors were gone, and
Were you
the
raffling
seats were
off parts at the
gone.
meeting?
What's that?
Were you raffling off parts at the meeting?
No, they were just getting stolen, and they said we could park in the parking lot, which is a school parking lot across the street. A lot of people didn't want to do that, especially in the wintertime, when it got dark early. A lot of people didn't want to walk around too far from the church. And so then we ended up moving, and that was nice. It was nice at the church because there was a bunch of little old ladies who ran a little kitchen there, and you could eat right during the meeting. It was a kitchen right inside the meeting, and we could, you know, and they would stay there for the whole meeting.
I was gone by then.
Yeah.
Ooh, what kind of food?
Good food. They would make hot dogs, hamburgers, whatever you wanted. They had a kitchen, they had a whole kitchen there, and they had a nice little menu, drinks, everything else. And then we went from there down to IIT. And IIT, we had like a breakout room, because by then the group had gotten smaller. And we then, afterwards, all went down to what's called the Bogs, which is the grill in the basement of the building.
Thank you.
And watched Star Trek and Star Trek 9 or whatever one it was, and ate hamburgers and
That sounds like fun.
yeah, not as much fun as the church, because after the church, we used to go, well, first of all, let me backtrack. After Triton, we always went over to Hank Ellerman's basement and did a little bit of, how shall I put this? We stole each other's software. We were pirates. And
Is
one
that why
person-
nobody bought any of my stuff?
Yeah, I think everybody stole your stuff.
They just told me it stunk. I didn't know.
Yeah, I probably did, but they stole it anyway. But anyway, after the meeting at the church, we would go over to the Wendy's down the road, and a group of us would stay there, talking and talking TI for, what, till 10 o'clock at night. And then they started coming over to my house, and my house is about the size, my office is the size of this table, and you get 12 people in there.
I
And
saw a picture of your office. It's got a winding staircase and
yeah.
they photoshopped his
Yeah,
office.
it's Photoshop. At any rate, they would always ask me for something to drink, and so I'd go down to get, I knew we should have Coke and water and stuff. And while I was gone, Dave Connery would put copying programs on my system. And they wouldn't tell me about this, and then keep asking me for this and that and the other thing. I'd leave the room, and I'd come back, and everybody's putting discs in their briefcase. And what they've been doing is copying the whole time, because I have four disk drives, and so they'd be stealing each other's software, swapping.
That's good, that's
And,
Sharing liberally.
Anyway, after
just
the-
demo versions, that's all.
After after Triton, I'm sorry, after IIT, some people didn't want to go there anymore because it's on the south side of Chicago, on 35th Street. And so then Grant, who was still alive at the time, suggested this place. And that was closer to the guys coming in from Milwaukee, so they liked that. And we started coming here, we're meeting downstairs in a room larger than this, but not as big as the big room that we took for the fair. And then Grant and Ernie Pergram and I can't remember, there's four of us in the car, went looking for a place to hold the fair, because once Triton went down, we had to go somewhere else, and we had gone to the Holodome in Rolling Meadows, which was almost a disaster, in that we took up the whole damn 400 rooms. But they treated us like scum. From the time that we signed up to get the whole hotel a year in advance, they changed crew like 3 times. So they had no idea who the hell we were. They had no idea that we had the whole hotel, and they acted like they were doing us a favor, renting us rooms, and for which we were paying, by the way, big bucks. And at one point, the power went out in the room. Now you've got 500 people, 600 people in the room, all these systems set up, all these vendors, because the vendors had to pay in those days. I was running the fair by then. And the power went out. And we're in the absolute darkness except for the exit signs, you know, the automatic exit signs. And people were screaming. I mean, we had kids in there, they had, so I ran to the office and told them we'd lost power. And they said, well, we'll see if we can find an engineer. I said, no, just throw a switch somewhere for God's sake. Well, we can't do that. It's against the union rules. We got to do this and the other thing. So anyway, we left there and we're here now. And the rest of the story you'll get next month.
Speaking of, that's gonna be the next location I'm gonna be filming, is there two meetings, the Elk Grove Hotel we met at for one of the fairs, and the the Rolling Meadows, which is gone now. It's demolished.
Brickhead's gone too.
Good.
Yeah.
It's like the Purple Hotel in Niles, was it?
Purple
or
Radisson,
in-
yeah.
or wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Purple
Yeah,
Radisson.
that's gone too.
I was gonna say that you got your revenge, because they're.
Yeah. I hope they
Brickyard's
buried some
gone,
of the people.
that other place
Let's
is
move
gone,
on.
everything's gone.
It was
All
a
right,
Hyatt
what
House
else we
before the
got?
purple.
Well, Kyle's supposed to demo something, but he passed, so it's David again, right?
Yeah, this is gonna be a game that we're gonna play.
I don't think so.
No,
Better.
we're out of here at 3.
Oh, no, we have to
They
show
were
it.
sprinkled by
Why did you
Mary.
say no then?
They blew into
I
town.
was thinking something else.
New York, or maybe they'd already retired a bulk of the time. They
Look
threw
what
a
this one's
big
on, 6.
Get together
You're getting good with that.
in the old purple, that little Hyatt House.
Alright, so this, I think we're gonna do best of 3, because these are pretty fast races, but we're gonna play a game that was designed by his truly, is that a word, his truly?
It's true.
Oh,
Yours
because
truly?
32K is all the Ks.
Yeah, that's my pronoun, his,
Poor
it,
rats.
his, or shithead. Yeah,
Then,
there's a story to this. This is my father, who just passed away a couple of years ago. He's always was a huge racing fan. Spent a lot of time at Maywood.
did he like?
I
the-
wanted to write a horse racing game for him, so that we can play with him and we can do bets and stuff. But in doing so, I could not figure out how to make horses look like they were actually running. They looked stupid, like the horse was just standing there moving across the screen. I tried moving the legs, but it didn't look right. So I found another program, I stole it. I can't remember, it was either from a Commodore or another TI program, that had rats that were running. And so I copied the running rats, and I changed the whole thing from horse racing to rat racing.
Question, did your dad like the dog racing at Dairyland?
He went a couple times, but he really liked the thoroughbreds. You know, but he didn't spend a lot of time in Arlington because that was a little more expensive, but he was a Maywood fan all the time.
Isn't maybe, weren't they mostly harness racing?
They were harness
Yeah.
racing, but it was close to our house,
Oh, I see.
you know, but, that didn't stop him from, making bets in alternative ways, if you know what I mean.
Betting on the.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, so how many players did I put in this? Oh,
I only picked 6, I don't know if it goes any.
I'm the
No,
oldest
it
of 6,
doesn't.
so we have a really big family, so I think I put a lot of players in there, so that,
I think it's only 6, I don't know.
Well,
Is it only
put another
6?
name in and see what happens. Yeah, that's it.
L 6, yeah,
This is appropriate, isn't the derby going on right now?
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah, that's why I picked this.
About 5:30-ish, I think, is. the
So who's-
race
who's
for
up?
6.
Alright, so Erwin, you placed your bet
You got
first.
$200, Erwin, what do you want?
Who do you want?
I want to bet $1 million.
You only got $200.
Okay, I'll bet the $200.
It's the best of 3, so you're out after the first game, so.
Then I will bet.
Well, tell me which rat you want, 1 through 7.
Oh,
look at
I'm
the
looking at the
odds.
names. I like Felix the Rat,
Felix the Rat.
and I'll bet $100.
It's win, place, or show.
to win. Oh, do you do trifecta bets on
No,
those?
it's not that sophisticated. Unfortunately.
Jim, you're up.
Jim.
Let's see here. I would like this super rat.
Ooh, seems a long shot.
I would like to bet $99.
To win?
Let's
What's
try
the
show.
Show.
Kyle.
Kyle?
To show is that top three?
Show is, yeah, first, second, or
Third, coming in
third.
third, yeah.
You don't win as much, but you win something for top three.
I'm gonna go full 200.
Ooh, pick a rat, any
uh,
rat.
Rat Fink to show.
Ken?
How about 100 to win on Wish No More?
All right.
I'll
Al?
take 100 in the cheese to show.
Jeez. I remember thinking of these names.
Melissa, his wife is on here too. Like, were you
I
guys
think
fighting?
you, I think
Call
you,
her-
you failed to update the bet amount.
What was that?
You hit
This
no.
is zero.
Oh, I'm sorry. In the cheese, how much?
How much, Al?
100
$100.
to show.
There we go. Thanks for catching that, guys.
How did,
Oh, I'm up?
is this a particular kind of font in here, or did you design?
That's the
colors
standard
in?
font. I
Oh.
think the colors are just because it's, well, you know what? No, that's not true. The two is actually a different color. I don't know why. I don't know if that was because I was using the lowercase letters, some of the lowercase letters as graphics, and they were changed, they turned into red. Let's just say that whatever it is, I fully intended it to look like that.
People watching on stream can't really see the
See the colors?
rainbow-rific
Okay, give me,
text.
give me Rat Fink, number 4,
Okay.
$50 to show.
Correct.
Yes.
I'm just afraid there's an author mode secret you know about that we don't.
Pick this.
Here we go.
All right, you ready?
Now, what's interesting is that there's a small assembly routine that allows for that kind of scrolling, because you can't scroll like that in Extended Basic.
Tails in
Oh, God, I remember this. I haven't seen this in
Does
30
it have
years.
a indicator as to how far along the track it is?
No.
Yeah, the way you know is that, see how they're moving more across the screen? Once they get to the other side of the screen, it's over.
I see.
Oh no, I lost.
Uh-oh. All right, we got number 4 placed, 6-1, so, oh, okay. 7, nobody guessed. Oh, yeah, oh, Ken.
Ken.
I did the win though.
No, yeah, Ken had to win. He didn't get, who's the big
Oh,
one?
you didn't.
Kyle
Kyle's
and
the big
Cal.
winner.
Kyle's got $450.
I had a lot of taken on the way home.
You dirty rat.
You gonna cash out now, or you gonna let it ride?
Oh, no, you got a bet to win.
Okay,
What's the
Irwin.
3?
I'm looking at the name. I like rat-a-tat-tat.
What number else?
I'll do 50 to show.
Good.
Who won last time?
Jim.
In the cheese? Are you?
Or no, well, I won. I don't know
I
who
will
won first.
do rodent control, number 2,
No, you
The
got
amount
$325.
$33 to win.
And that's how much money you have at the bottom.
Yeah, I know,
Oh, it's on the
Kyle,
audience in general.
$450, Kyle.
I'm gonna go number 1, die rat die.
I won't when you guys say names.
How much was TI Rider originally?
175.
Gonna bet 175
Oh,
to show.
He's got a feeling.
You dirty rat.
Hands up.
Okay, how about razor blade?
Long shot.
$100 to show.
Al?
I'll take Rat Admiral. And I'll bet $50 to show. You're gonna bet
you
$2.
play on the safe side. Huh? This is perfect for May Day or Derby Day.
Okay, number 1, die rat die. $150 to show.
Ready?
So like I said, as you see the rats move across the screen, when they get all the way to one side, the race is over.
Well, I got that, I was just wondering, like, if they showed like number 2, like in.
I probably
like,
should have,
distant-
like a countdown thing.
Yeah, like halfway or something like that, you know.
I gotta go back into my mind 40 years ago.
Not looking good, Kyle.
I don't like that early lead is a bad sign.
Oh, wait, look at, there you go. Oh,
Number 5's going away with it.
Number 1 keeps looking like it's hitting the posts.
What happened?
No wonder why I'm losing.
That's why it slowed down.
Call the
I kept-
stewards and check,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think I'm out.
That must be the finish line there.
Irwin, oh no, just to win.
No, I.
Okay, I'm
to
out.
show.
I've spent all my money. Jim's almost out.
Oh, crap.
Did you type wrong?
Hell's still
No,
going
Didn't make a
good.
difference, but.
Okay, well, last
How
round.
did whatever horse I chose, Brad Admiral, how did he come in? Oh, he came in third? No, second.
Second.
Yeah.
Second,
So,
yeah. You're up, still got
Wow.
$425. Okay, race 3, Irwin.
I like Red Beth.
That's supposed to be like Macbeth.
I'm sure it was. I know I had a lot of fun with these names.
Did you say this is the last race?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do 163 to show.
It's all in.
Why not?
Oh, you can't do, oh wait, do you not have, where are you? Oh,
You know what? I wonder if it's a fraction, so try 162. Yeah, that's what it was. He probably had like
Yeah,
50
it's
cents
rounding
to
up,
round it
right.
up. Another error of the stupid programmer they tested.
yeah, why did you do that?
Can I also have Rat Beth, number 5?
That's because you were doing floating point, not integer.
And we're gonna have $68 to win.
Alright.
Kyle?
Alright. I'm gonna go with
I
Slim.
like the Red Beth.
I'm gonna try and
Sound
get
good?
ahead with the 15 to 1.
I'm gonna bet it all.
Oh, I didn't even look at the odds. I just-
Oh.
He's all in. Kyle's all in.
275, 274.
Bet it all to win.
And we're gonna go to win.
Stop with the,
Yeah.
Alright.
If I lose, can I sleep on someone's couch?
Ken, you're up, Ken.
How about
They're just gonna give you a
Exterminator
shovel and you clean up. after
Exterminator,
themselves.
3.
To win, 300, the whole thing.
Ooh.
You don't do anything half-assed, do you?
It's full ass.
All or nothing.
Hell, you're up.
I'll take Shark Tooth. For 50,
50.
to show.
I didn't get the bet, I'm out.
Yeah. you
I
had
kept
no
out,
money.
I'm sleeping on your sofa.
You got kicked out of the park.
Yeah, I'm kicked out.
'Cause you're-
Escorted out.
You're broke ass, get out.
Come on, lucky
There you
number
go,
7.
number 3. Who's got number 3? Ken. Ken's in the lead.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, here comes number
Come on,
6.
Slim.
Uh-oh.
Number 6, Hal's pulling up. Oh,
Come on, Slim.
oh, it's close, it's gonna be close.
Ah.
Oh, no, it looks like number 6 won.
I'm wearing a barrel.
Hell. Let's see who wins.
Oh,
A lot
yeah,
of zeros
0.5.
there.
500.
I-
So
I'm looking
Kyle came in
0.5.
second to Hal.
Oh, wow.
Okay, you get $1,000,
Uh-oh,
and Kyle, you get $1,000.
uh-oh.
There you go.
Alright, so here's
I
Want
really-
your chump
I'm
change for
really
the rest of us?
Start with
More on the
100,000
side than in
there.
the race.
Wow.
Here's the prize, if the first place doesn't want it, they can give it to the second place. If whoever doesn't, give it to anybody, give it to somebody on the street.
Did you get one of those? You get something for coming. There you go.
You got some camel spit.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
what's this?
That's the major
Show and tell.
award.
Speak and spell.
If you don't want it, you can give it to Kyle. It's
This will
the-
teach
You
you how
got
to,
kids, you got,
I don't have kids, but that's cool.
anybody got kids?
Is
Pass
that
it
an
up-
original
pass it
or
up
the
front
the new
here.
one?
Hey, you got
The new one,
grandkids, don't you?
who's got grandkids?
I'll give it to Jim. 'cause-
Well, no, I'm just gonna put it on camera,
Oh,
Yeah,
so.
That's very cool.
you can keep it, you can give it to anybody, I don't care.
The updated version.
It's the updated version, which TI didn't bother to update the voices.
What year did that
I'll give it
come
to my
out?
wife
The
since
speak
she's
and
such a
spell?
lousy speller. We do crosswords every day and a couple times.
It was after the speech synth, right?
Now, Gary Bowser had about 50 of the different cards that you could insert in this thing in different languages. And that was one of the projects he was working on for TI, to have these cartridges be able to be plugged into the speech synthesizer, if I recall correctly. This is years ago. And
The numbers?
No, that's the math and spelling.
please eat cookies. Please eat cookies and drink.
Uh-oh, someone from Battlestar Galactica just invaded.
Yeah, just eat cookies. You're taking them home, guys, if you don't even
Where's
know.
my phone?
Alright, here's the next game, just one more I got. I can do another one at this time, but, this is, I don't know how to play this, but John again, his truly, that's my new.
Uh-oh.
Is this a game that only he can see? or-
He created it. No, he's doing his own thing. But we don't know how, I don't know how to play this, but it's a hockey game.
I don't know how
And
to
you
play it either.
programmed it.
Oh, for the love of
What
God.
the? What are we gonna do?
I'm
I'd
just
imagine
setting
you
something
get
up
the
next
So if
one.
it's a hockey game, does eventually a fight break out in it?
I went to a fight and a hockey game broke out.
You hear about Tennessee's new hockey team? It's the first team where the fans have less teeth than the players.
Send your hate mail too.
I
Alright.
know I shouldn't be doing this. You guys are gonna carry me to the hospital, right?
Oh, that sounds really good.
I don't know how to play them.
White chocolate.
We're just winging it.
Ginger snap.
Alright.
Funny.
So I guess we're picking,
Yeah, I've had a couple of the white
Is
chocolate.
this,
No, this is your team, Kyle.
That is your team.
Yeah,
Does it
those
flex?
good.
Lemon Holland with
Gabe
the frosting.
Ah,
You gotta- Mike Ramsey, hey, you know, this isn't very PC of you to be putting that gay blade in there, that's kinda.
it's my least favorite Wesley Snipes movie.
Oh, I remember this.
Bill's kid.
Oh, is that why they don't show Zorro the Gay Blade anymore?
That's probably not really the effect anymore.
Dino Cerulli, okay, anyway, that Kyle, that's your team, I don't know how, I think you're supposed to memorize or write down who you have on your team, as far as I can, and Jim, you got bow legs,
okay.
Indiana Holmes.
It's kind of personal. I mean, I've never seen his legs.
Oh, is Iron Ore Bobby's brother?
Yeah,
Iron ore.
so much money you have, Kyle, let's search and buy.
Well, this might be just a text. You know, I remember
It's
this.
a
This,
picks game or something.
yeah, this is
like
not an action game. This is like you manage the team.
Yeah, it's kinda lame, but, sorry, but,
that. Actually, you'd be surprised. A lot of people like games that you're doing sporting picks and then you
they
use.
do, yeah.
And then you'd use some sort of analysis based on the real games to determine outcome for your,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
And see, that's why I like
fantasy
Jim.
games.
I never liked you.
Buy a free agent, Kyle.
No, you know, Gay Blade had a good year last year. We're gonna stick with him.
We stick with me, give him one more chance, right?
You wanna make a trade?
Sure, let's make a trade.
I don't think it's you, I think it's Kyle's
Oh.
Um, sure, let's try it.
So you have to,
Which team?
I guess you're gonna,
I guess I'll trade with Jim.
yeah.
Sounded like he wanted to
Trade
trade,
which
so.
player?
So you don't remember which,
Yeah, well, Gay Blade was 2, we wanna keep him. Let's trade 1.
Bill the Skid.
Sure.
Yeah, get rid of Bill.
Well, at least you have to confirm.
You traded iron ore.
4 iron ore.
Okay, expenses.
Oh, okay, I see. This is
Yeah,
like
we should
Moneyball.
return.
Sure, let's buy a free agent.
Alright.
Killer pillar.
Sure, why not?
There's your team.
Who do you wanna
Let's
draw?
Let's ice Capone.
For some reason.
Gonna make a trade?
Sure, let's do that as well. I think we only have our option to, let's trade with player 4.
Bill
Oh,
Mosquito.
Sure.
Bill Mosquito, Bill Mosquito.
Ocienko, it looks like.
Sounds
You
rough.
got Gabe Blade.
Should be good.
See, you wanted to keep him, but now he's gone.
He's gone, Who's the first team? 1. Second team, 2.
I might they have.
Boy, this game sucks.
I like the hit.
And here's the face-off.
Now, the
Jim has
person that came
control.
up with that little tune, I wonder if.
Oh my God, you gotta do this for the whole game?
Yes.
What's
yes,
past a
yes.
0?
It's a 7-hour game.
Shot.
Shot 3. Whatever that means.
Oh, look, a little guy. Flips a wrist shot. Area. What area of the net?
Number 1.
I think it's a goal.
What year was this?
Either that or being called foul for high sticking the goalie.
Goal, Jim.
You got a
yeah.
goal.
Wow, it's exciting.
1985.
Hey, are you a ringer?
I'm glad you showed Rat Race first.
ILS control. This is 1985. So what were you? 21? 20?
85, I was
20, right?
19 going on 20, depending on what time of year.
Who says it?
No, for a guy who
Kyle
writes a
Stern.
lot of code,
let's do.
I wrote a
3.
lot of games.
you're very slow with the.
I wrote
with
a
the math
lot of
there.
games. I would write like 2, sometimes 1 or 2 a week.
None of them use math.
Apparently, this one was one I didn't spend a lot of time.
See, I can get him.
Actually, to be honest with you, back then, there was a lot of text games like this. You know,
Let's
because
go
we didn't
2.
have,
Yeah, I mean, turn-based games are not uncommon, and like I said, sports picks.
you remember
fantasy
Stratomatic
games.
with the spinners? Or, you know, the
Vaguely.
board? Yeah.
Well, I knew the
What
author
area,
of a
Kyle?
game called Jack Around the Gym.
6.
And he's
You
text-based.
just guessed that?
Hmm?
You just made
He's an
that up?
English guy.
Yeah.
Me too. That's what I did next. 6 sounds good.
And
6
what a
sounds great.
save by the goalie.
Come on, poison.
Wah, wah.
I hope that's seconds and not minutes.
Hours.
45 minutes left, 45 hours left. Jim has control. We're only playing 1 period, right?
Yes.
Let's do 2.
No, I'm kidding, Jen. It's not a big game. I just.
No,
Let's
I
do
understand.
2
You gotta-
rounds, that should be plenty.
Gabe Blade is streaking down the left side. There he goes.
Better put his clothes back on. It's a
Gabe Blade drops one back
it's a
to
little
Indiana
cold on the-
Holmes.
Cold on the ice.
Indiana Holmes.
Let's do a number 3 for the shot.
Indiana Holmes flips a wrist shot.
Does Indiana Holmes use
Let's
deduction
do
to figure
area
out things should be in a
4.
museum?
Of course. And what a save by the goalie.
Wah, wah.
And here's the face-off.
Is there a face-off after every save?
Apparently, there's not a lot of skating and checking in this game. Just pure shooting from the.
Did it say I still have control?
I think so.
Let's do,
Yeah,
oh,
you
it's
do.
allowing me to do a pass.
Well, the name of
Let's
the game is
do
face-offs. so you
3.
got some face-offs. so-
A lot of face-offs.
Yeah, a lot of face-offs. Nobody's eating cookies.
Who
Nobody
wants to
likes-
volunteer with the VR? Who hasn't tried VR yet? Anybody? Okay, don't all jump in at once.
If you haven't tried it, whoever hasn't should definitely.
Well, that's what I'm
should.
saying.
It's
Let's do
something,
a
yeah.
number 2 for the shot. And my guess is if we continue to go through this, we could probably pencil down what each number.
I think
for
in the
shot-
instructions, I don't know if it's the beginning of the program or if there was a separate one, where it'll tell you like 1 is a wrist shot, 2
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a.
I never
Let's
saw it.
do area 7.
So the
What a
numbers is
save.
like a dice roll, right? I think.
Well, I think there are different strategies for, and then there's probably some
Depending
randomization.
upon, I think each player has a skill level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this me now? I'm not
I
sure.
was not paying attention.
Let's pretend it is.
Go ahead and take it. Worst case scenario, give me a goal.
Let's go the opposite way last time, 0. 0.
You can't shoot 0.
Oh, 1, sorry.
-3.
Iron ore.
Why, so you get to choose the shot you're making.
1. Going high didn't help me out last time. Alright.
I don't have a face off.
What just happened?
Jim has control.
By the way, I'm cleaning this out with an alcohol wipe, just so you
Let's
know, so nobody freaks out.
do 2 for the pass.
Clean.
Want some camel spit?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I run out. That's good stuff. I saw it in an ad. There's actually an ad in the newsletter.
It's made of some very nice.
Shot number
I like the
4.
ground up sheep dung in particular.
The blade stamps off a
Cyanide.
snapshot.
That'll take.
To
off most of
area
the,
2.
2. Alright.
And what a save.
No one can get anything except
that
for the
opening
first
goal.
I'll tell my wife not to.
8.7, probably one more left. Yeah.
One more.
Doesn't need any hair.
And here's the face-off. Jim has control.
Let's do pass number 3.
Uh-oh. Billy the Skid gives it to Gabe Lee. Indiana Holmes takes the puck.
Shot number 1, please. Area 1. And another save.
I guess last one. 1.1.
1.1 second. Jim again.
I keep winning the face-off, I guess.
You just can't, you
2.
gotta practice your face-offs.
I do.
Floods is streaking down the left side. Floods drops one back to Floods.
Okay,
Casts it back to himself.
let's do shot 3, please.
Floods flips a wrist shot. It's always a wrist shot.
To area
The
5.
best shot, a slap shot is not as.
Hey!
Well, time.
Yeah,
Goal.
Oh.
How do you know?
because the.
That's the thing from United Center.
Oh,
Or
the.
the old Chicago Stadium, the horn.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember, it wasn't United Center yet.
That's the end of the game. Jim has won.
I ran out of prizes, but I can give you some
Yeah,
half and half.
I can have a cookie as my reward.
Okay, who wants to volunteer for the VR? This is gonna be our show and tell. Jim, is there any way you could zoom that onto that? Oh, that's the best I can
I
do.
can probably just pick up the camera and move it.
That's the best I can do. Let me set this game up.
What are we building that for?
It's the show and tell.
That's his show and tell, personal
Show and
show and
tell.
tell.
So you're gonna be a virtual world, you boot in
I'm
and there's a
gonna
TI
get-
in front of you.
Cal, you wanna do it? Ken, Jim, any one of you guys you've never done this, huh?
What exactly are you doing? Is it a game you're playing?
Yeah, you gotta shoot little round guys. You wanna try it?
No, thank you.
Come on, guys, I don't
I'm a
wanna do
zero
it.
zap kind of guy, and I'm loyal, if nothing else.
Yeah, when you have a virtual zero zap game.
Okay,
with
Jim or
an
Kyle,
emulator.
either one of you two, come on, fight.
No, thank you.
Come here, Kyle. You gotta do it then.
Kyle's always the
I haven't
same.
used the meta yet, so.
Hold on one second.
You ready for coffee? Coffee, Ken? Maybe I will. What kind? How do you take it? Black. Just black. Okay. You like your house blend? French vanilla? House blend sounds good.
That's probably good.
House blend sounds good.
This one here? This one
I
here?
realize it.
You're getting more of a reflection off of your screen than the actual VR experience.
Is that better? If I dropped it?
Oh, it's better now. I think it was an angle thing.
Oh, yeah, that's what we did.
Now, they're gonna be breaking into the room,
Okay.
okay, and then you're gonna have guns in both hands, and you gotta shoot the little buggers to put them back in the spaceship. The spaceship land on the table or something?
Oh, I see, there's.
Yeah, on the floor next to the table.
Oh, I see.
This is a Meta Quest 3 virtual reality headset. It starts at about $400 and it goes up.
Do you own
Hang on.
stock?
No, I don't. I'm just letting anybody know, because these things are pretty cool.
Where are they?
They'll start breaking in. Did you have a flashlight or a gun right now?
Whatever this
Look,
is.
well, you can stand up and walk around, because they're gonna be coming all over the place. And you should, you know, you can see the room. And you can shoot holes in the walls too.
Do I have to reload?
No.
Sorry, Pat.
Okay. I wish they had a bigger monitor right there.
No, they make me dizzy.
This is, the last one that I played with is the Oculus.
Well, this got bought out. This is like, that was basically number one, then it was number two, this is number three.
This is 10 times better.
This one here is something called, what do we call it? It's not altered reality, I'm trying to think what it's called. Augmented reality. There's cameras on that, so he sees the room,
Yeah.
but because he's looking at it through the computer's putting stuff in the room with him that we can't see.
Yeah. Unless we watch it.
Unless you're watching on there.
I was in the Salvation Army last Saturday, and it was a 75% off color. The half off color and Saturday is a 75%.
Oh, yeah.
The HD resolution,
For like movies and stuff.
for whatever, probably. But they put in power on various things, so somebody donated plus the headset. For the, like you used to see those in the, what was that magazine in airport, Sky, something like that?
And you might want to try this, because here's the deal. My wife gets sick. You don't get sick with this because it's augmented reality, because you see the room. Okay, so she played it like many times, and she gets sick with regular VR because okay, that's fine. I'll give you the opportunity.
I don't think that's in the paper towels.
No, you, like I said, you don't get sick with altered reality because you see the room. Augmented, actually. I'm thinking
Altered reality.
augmented reality, right.
You should copyright altered reality.
There was a movie like that, and a couple of videos. That was a good movie. There was a video game.
How you doing, pal?
Did you just shoot me in the ass?
So you want to try now? Oh, weird.
What's that episode of Star Trek with little boys that start?
Triples.
The Trouble with Tribbles.
Trouble with triples.
All right.
How'd you do?
Yeah, think I did pretty good.
Okay. Over here, have a seat.
You're gonna have to watch the show.
So what'd you think?
That was awesome. That was intense. You guys should try it.
They're all stubborn.
Now, I played with the Oculus.
But you don't get sick with that, right? Because you see the room?
Yeah, I didn't feel nauseous. It's kind of weird because every once in a while it'll like stutter a little bit.
That's probably because of the internet, maybe.
That's
Because
the
what it
only
is,
time-
yeah, I don't know about that, but.
That's the only time that you even notice that you're looking through cameras. And yeah, that would probably just be the internet. It was just very, very slight, and that's the only time you notice that. It was cool. The walls opened up and there's stuff jumping in from outside of the room.
Yeah, the spaceship breaks into the ceiling, it just flies right in front of you and just lands like on the table.
Oh, really?
There's a lot of other stuff, but like I said, it won't. It's reality.
Was that when you're shooting holes in the wall, is that what we were seeing out?
Yeah, so if you miss, you end up hitting the wall and it'll bust through the wall and make like an opening, and then you can see like out into a planet and stuff starts jumping in from the hole you shot. You should be able to see it on his phone, right? What he sees?
Yeah, here, take the phone. You got my phone there? As I showed you the other one, this is VR YouTube. And,
So that's what he sees right now.
so here, like I said, like here's Chicago. Look at
Oh,
this.
there you go. There's Chicago.
This is incredible. You're like literally flying over Chicago, like in a helicopter.
It's not like Spot though, you can't bomb anything.
No,
No, man. A couple of yacht clubs that wouldn't mind bombing. Speaking of which, we gotta pick a time for the picnic. Remember the picnic at Sugar Park?
I'm not trying to do a meeting. No, I'm not, don't want to. I just want to.
Check out the video I posted on Schiller Park, speaking of, it's, I went to that location, it's on our website, so it'll bring back memories. We were only there once, right? Just one time.
We had a picnic for several years, we had a picnic here in Evanston at the pavilion by the lakefront. In fact, for many years, we had the picnic right next to the beach, and people used to walk through our picnic, hop over the big riprap there, where it was flat, and go onto the beach without paying. And eventually, we got a cop come down there, and we were making hot dogs, and so I said, "Have a seat." We had chairs, and he was having a hot dog with us, and a couple of people came down, they didn't know this was a cop. And so they started to climb onto the beach without paying, and he went, "Excuse me," he turned around and they see the cop with the gun and the badge and all this. Said, "Did you go through the gate down here and pay?" He said, I didn't know you had to." Yeah, you're supposed to." He said, "But, you got another hot dog?" So, I won't mention who it was. Nice fellow.
Yeah, one time, so I don't have.
Easy going.
You can always buy people with hot dogs, that's for sure.
So from Grand Theft Auto.
He was willing to just look the other way as long as we could battle feed him.
yeah, I'm talking about that, I used to do that.
That's a fun thing.
You didn't want to try it though, you stubborn.
I got one on my own.
You had it here?
Well, I told you, I had to hold on to the wall. I don't do heights. And, as I said, with the tumor in my ear here, it would probably knock me down.
Well, like I said, the difference in what I was trying to explain though, is that there's two modes in this. There's VR, which the whole thing is like
Yeah.
made up, and then there's
AR?
AR, altered reality, where what it is the cameras in front of it show you the room that you're in.
Oh.
So you see the room, like when he was doing it, he saw this whole room.
Yeah, if I missed,
No,
I would accidentally shoot one of you guys and it would
Let's
hit
go
you.
back to it.
So what they did with the cameras is that they superimpose the computer graphics in the room with you. So you don't get sick because you see the room. The reason people get a little dizzy and disoriented is because their brain sees something that their body's not you know, the sensor, it's all mixed up.
3.
But when you do the ultra reality,
Do you know which?
Can you do it sitting down?
yeah,
That would be different. Then-
so
then I
we'll
would-
do, next time I'll bring it and we'll do it.
Okay, and I'll try to find the,
Keeps.
it was a $5 thing, $5 thing that, they were doing, I'm just trying to get rid of it, I think. $5 thing at, Gurney Mills. And then you have to use your phone. You put your phone in there and then you dial, this number and, you get a choice of all these different scenario. And, the one that the one that's default is the Notre Dame Cathedral before the fire. And you're kind of floating along in there, and you can change, you look to the left and the right and all this, but when you do it, you're elevated 30, 40 feet above the floor. And it made me a little uneasy.
So what they do now is like, you can go like, if you were to like go see the pyramids in Egypt, you can put those on and it'll overlay ancient Egypt on top of like the actual, you know, so you can see what it was like.
Right.
The other one is going across Niagara Falls,
In a
and you're
barrel.
going down the Niagara River, and you can hear the
Are we
sound
ready to finish this up?
of
Do you have those closing
of the
things?
falls getting closer, but you can't stop. And then you go, and you hear people yelling, no, 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 no. And then you go over the falls, which just, you know,
Don't touch anything.
took my stomach with it.
Are you guys doing something by yourself, or, because we were gonna close up?
Yeah, they're trying to see if we can, get the big picture here,
Oh,
which is, will be kinda cool.
Oh, he's got it.
And-
Oh, it's going back.
And if you can't, we're gonna get thrown out of here, so.
okay, let's close this out. When's the next meeting? I got, it might be June 7th.
June
That's good
7th,
for everybody?
and I'll be a little late, as I said.
Let me-
June 7th is good for everybody? Jim, is June 7th good for you?
As far as I know.
It's the first Saturday.
I know, once every next 2 years.
You gotta come next month?
I
Hey, you've already
Yeah, that'll
got
be
2
fine.
prizes, you know.
Yeah, I gave you all the
And
kibble
cookies,
spit
and cookies and coffee. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, if you end up coming back, let me know, cause I can pick you up too, if you don't wanna make the drive. I'm just right down the road in Crystal Lake.
Yeah, that's what we do. Jim takes the train over by me, cause I live over by the airport O'Hare, and then I pick up David. So we have like a little carpool going, so.
And there's no charge for a parking here. Oh, and on this day, on the first Saturday of every month, from 6 to 9 p.m. is free parking. And the parking meters on the street in Evanston, normally they rip you off for $2 an hour or some damn thing.
Okay, let's-
And they don't charge us for
Start
parking
cleaning up a
underground.
little.
Are you parking underground into the?
No, I parked in the lobby.
Oh, well.
Did you get the sign off from Vic?
Yeah, they don't charge for parking underground
No, I
for 4 hours,
straight
so.
on my own.
Next time, you come down that ramp, and.
I
don't
don't
already
have
know.
to see a ramp sign.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
if
no,
you come
no,
in
no,
from
no, no.
Warrington, you come down Church is the east
Accidentally
street.
erased
Warrington's,
flag.
yeah, Warrington is the north-south street, and,
Oh,
Yeah,
cause he
but-
just a
we
distance.
can't do it, we can't do
Before
it.
before the church, I mean, before the library.
It is a.
Is Orrington probably, I went past the library.
Yeah, I
and
have,
through the
I
alley.
used to carry one in my glove
Turn,
compartment, cause
first,
test TVs.
right onto Warrington, and the very first opening is the end of the building. You come down that ramp and turn
Yeah,
right
you've been
into
good
the
at
parking lot downstairs. And sometimes the door's open, and most of the time you have to pull up in cold weather. You have to pull up close to the door, about 2 feet, and the door goes up.
See, that's,
we're gonna have to forego the anthem.
no, I refuse.
And if it's
he
raining or something, you
refuses?
stay dry. In the summertime, your car gets
Uh-oh.
cooled
Next,
off.
if we work on this.
In the wintertime, your car gets cooled
Oh.
off. So,
Jim, your TI writer accidentally erased our national anthem.
Well, no, it didn't
Oh,
erase,
no.
it didn't erase it, it unmounted it, so you
Oh,
have
so
to
what
just
do we-
remount it. I
Well,
don't,
we
well,
could
I know
just
how
sing
to do
it.
it online. Give me a
Dave, we
second.
could just simply sing it.
That's that webpage thing, remember Dave?
Yeah.
You'd have to connect
Or
this
we
to
would like to
the,
sing it a cappella.
To the Wi-Fi?
Except of course now sticking with the TV has
And
screwed up my display.
Jim and Kyle will hum along now.
City of Evanston.
That would be
Is it
nice.
Should just start.
secure?
No,
My
you
hotspot's
gotta-
on
you gotta
too
get
if
the
you
queue
need it.
here.
TI 99?
Well, that's what
Yep.
we're connected to.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
says enter network security code.
I'll try not to.
We
break your
should
ears.
1, 2, 3,
probably-
4, 5, 6,
We
7,
should
8.
probably remind everyone at home that, despite the fact we're having a good time, we're all still more or less stone cold sober. No hard drugs were used at this meeting.
Nor soft drugs.
No,
No,
soft drugs.
Other than
Cookies might have
caffeine.
Except for
something in
cookies,
them.
cookies.
Sugar and
Sugar,
caffeine.
it's all sugar high, everybody.
Can of air. What are you gonna do with this, Jim?
Save it in
Contains
case.
nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxide, ozone, smoke, and other particulates.
I have a
Ordered
little
from Mexico
can
City.
of holy land air.
Yeah, be careful in case you ever run out of air in your apartment. This will be an emergency supply. When you're on the boat.
Don't use it all at
you
once
can-
though, just
yeah, you
like
can
open it up a
put
little
that
bit
in-
and sip it.
That's it, put it in your pocket in case you go over the side.
No, I think you mean
And
snort
it's starting to.
it.
Open it then. Speaking of which, we're going to have a picnic, and I'm looking at sometime around June 22nd. Does that work for everybody? Would that be a day that,
I'm not saying that because every time I commit, I get sick.
right now, we'll leave it until, we'll make the final decision at the June
I don't know
meeting.
how to unmount
But
it.
it's gonna
Give
be
me
a
a second,
Waukegan.
I'm trying to get my display
And,
working again.
It will start, Jim, if you're coming up with John, if you're driving up,
Is it still
I
trying to
say you
send
don't
it
have
out
to take
over
the
each
train.
one?
Then you don't have to worry about
Yeah, just restart
making
it.
the train, but
That's-
normally he misses the early train, doesn't get there till almost 2
Yeah, I'll
o'clock.
play
Give me a
something fun.
second. Okay, so I'm going to unmount TI Writer, and then what is the disk, what is the file name or directory name that your demo is in?
It was disc 1, and then the name was Flag Anthem.
Disk 1. Map it to disk 1. Okay, check to see if it's there now.
Alright.
For those that are interested, I'm basically abusing his Tippy interface
Did you
via
break into his?
the
computer?
web.
Oh,
He just emptied your bank account.
yeah, check your bank account when we're done with this.
Oh, I don't see it on here now.
What version of
Try-
Linux is that?
You know, people
It's
laugh about that, but you
Devil
can get your,
running Nexus.
you get your money
desktop.
stolen by walking past
Devil
somebody.
One is a system
They
free
can,
fork
uh,
of Debian.
Swipe your phone.
Is
next to
it specifically
theirs
for
and-
Apple,
and,
or what was it called?
I mean,
Debian?
Devil One.
Credit cards.
Devil?
It depends on what
Yesterday,
you
my wife said,
DEVUAN.
do we owe money to the,
This is
iPads?
essentially a
the
system
tollway?
D-free
I
version
said,
of
no,
Debian.
we don't. We haven't
Because I
done
got
it
an
in a
old
year.
MacBook Air
She
that's
said, "Well, I
just
gotta
sitting
notice
there.
that
Maybe I
I
can make
almost-
some use of it.
Don't,
Yeah, most
Yeah.
distributions
whatever
will.
you do not.
Run on it with a little
I get
effort.
those too.
Yeah, but she doesn't, and so she was really concerned.
Oh, that's
And,
cute.
because
Little
they
battery.
automatically refill it.
Can you get a catalog
Ours
up on disk
set
one?
up
Well, you're
so
getting an
it's
IO
$10
error, so
or
it's
whatever
not,
it is.
it's acting like it's
Whenever
not
it runs
mounted.
below
Try
a certain
restarting
level.
No,
it.
it's mounted,
And,
it's just,
but we don't use it.
whatever I had
Use
on
the
there
toll
is
roads.
gone,
Uh,
and it mounted like
Yeah,
a-
once
my
every
disc
6 months or
one,
something.
my old
Yeah.
disc one.
Well,
I
you
was
probably
thinking
still
I
have
got
it. It's
it,
probably
maybe
something you're
5 or
not
6
thinking
times
it
from
was
different people.
called.
Yeah.
Is
So
it,
somebody made this,
Oh, yeah.
this scan.
I'm gonna
they were
unmount
selling
it. Do you wanna come over here
Or
for
they
a brief
can,
second
and if
and
they know
look?
enough, they can alter the
Come over
things
there.
or change
Yes.
the, where the money gets in. They
Oh,
can
yeah.
just change
And not
that
kill,
in.
not destroy your computer?
That's the first note.
Just disconnect
Turn it
something.
off that guy again.
What happened there?
You kicked it out.
He switched,
Yeah, the one that I got an email that was to me, from me,
Yeah, I get that a lot.
and it
Okay,
was,
so let's take a look. This is a list of your top
somebody
level
saying
directories that
he
can
obviously
be mapped
has,
as a disk.
hacked into my
You
computer.
know what we're gonna have to do is
Because it's
just
to me from you.
use the old
And he's
one that
downloaded my
doesn't
contact
say
list.
signing off, just the
And he
flag.
I don't know
recorded
what
me-
that is.
I'm gonna
You have to
find
tell-
it.
You have to tell me
It's
He
in-
recorded me
which disk,
Master
which
Management
directory.
Directory.
Oh, try the
watching
one.
That's
pornography.
what I
Yeah.
had mapped
Oh, not-
before.
And,
Yeah.
and it's gonna release it to all your friends and family.
If I
Yeah,
don't
connect.
pay him, send him
I have it on,
$1,000, you can send it
I
to
could
him, my
tell
whole
you,
contact
I have
list.
it in
Mine
a
was
PDF.
$658
Where it's
and
at.
50 cents.
Let's look
And I
at
thought
what's
to myself,
actually
now,
in
where the
there.
hell-
I thought, okay, well.
Where the hell did they get that amount from, you know,
First of all,
that's-
back then, when
That's
I
not
first
the
started
right
getting
one,
them,
yeah. So
I was using my
flag
desktop computer
anthem,
all the time, and I didn't have a camera.
try this
Yeah.
two
So,
maybe?
Okay, so it's, and I.
I got the same
and I
thing
don't
a
watch
couple months
pornography.
ago.
Now,
We
what I
got you
did,
watching pornography, and I'm like, I don't have a camera.
I went into the header information on that email,
Right,
and I traced it back to where it actually came from.
India?
And some of these people know, I don't know exactly where in the world it was, but
It's
I got
.ru or
the
something.
I
email
think I know which.
that some
one it's
people
under.
actually sent it from their company email.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So,
Because I didn't
What I did
remove
was I
anything, I just
forwarded
unmounted.
Yeah.
that email.
That's fine.
I added to it, I said, you know, this person is trying to start.
No, it's a
from
custom program that he had for
somebody from
sign
your
off.
company.
Oh,
We can
And,
pull up on
I
YouTube, you'll
sent
just
it
hear
to-
us from
Oh,
last
I
month
just
talking
was-
over.
was it
Trying
program,
different
was it
things, I
something
sent it
you
to security
programmed the
at
music
that company,
on, or?
abuse
I
at
think I
that
got
company,
it, but
president
it's
at
not
that
the one I
company,
created,
HR
but
at that
it's
company.
gonna be-
Hear anything?
Is there
I didn't hear it,
67?
they're not gonna reply to me,
This 67?
but I also sent it back to that person
be
who
in
sent it
there.
to me too. So I copied him and all these other people.
Somebody got fired.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mistaken about
somebody's
the name.
probably, you know, the worst
It's
thing
a
is,
subdirectory
that some of these
somewhere.
people do it from government, computers. They,
Yes, I see
they
a
just caught a guy
a shy
a couple of
zero
months
zero
ago
six seven
who
underscore
was
one.
running
Yeah,
a
let's
whole
open that one, 'cause I
scam
think
business,
it flag-
including
flag
this kind of thing
anthems
where
in
they was
there,
talking
flag
about pornography and
something.
everything,
Okay.
from a government computer, and he was doing it from a desktop
Yeah, it should be
at a
on disc
government
one now.
office during his working hours.
Yeah.
And, but you know, you can't fire, you can't
guys, the
fire
dedication is
a civil
amazing.
servant without going through the whole process.
Well,
So
I
they,
think they're doing it now.
We do try.
well, now they're wiping out probationary people.
I think
but this
Vic's
was a guy
watching
who'd
in his
been working
tent, just
for the
like, what are they
government
doing?
for-
Yes, what are they doing? See what happens, Vic, when you're not
And,
here?
All right.
This was before Trump.
It's a horror
Trump took
show.
office, but,
Somebody tennis days,
I
have to
thought to
retype
myself,
over it.
Jesus,
I had it all nice, cause I had TIUG
What has
or
happened to the world?
CIUG or whatever signing off, it was all centered.
and now with this AI thing,
Now we can't show it off.
Guys, we gotta be
they're
quiet for
already
30
spoofing
seconds.
calls. I get
Oh, yeah.
calls
Hats
all
in
the time
hand.
from India or something.
That's it.
Ooh, what is that? Come on, Earl, sing. Really, that was-
Yes.
me too.
Let's stand up and knee would kill me.
All those people hung in the library are looking at us and going,
Well, technically, you're supposed to stay.
Jimmy, you're a communist or what?
Anyone watching in Canada, that's a little practice.
And we're out.
So what branch of the